They are giving Karasu so much love in this recent Blue Lock chapter. This dude has been put off for so long, you have no idea. And he's finally getting the spotlight he deserves. Look, I'm not even a fan of PXG. I want Bastard Munich to go all the way. But the fact that I saw this in this recent chapter earlier today, look, I am hopeful for Karasu and his character development going forward. Because who on God's green earth would have thought these two would have worked together? Who would have thought? Like, we have no information going into this that this was even going to be a thing. And then it happened. You're like, wait a minute. It's like low-key a parallel of Michael Kaiser and Isagi Yoichi. But at the same time, it's not. But at the same time, it is. Both of them now have metavision. Karasu now has it. I'm not sure if that was even a thing. Look, I don't even think anywhere in the manga, let alone the anime, was it ever stated that he had metavision to begin with. Still doesn't compare to Isagi's though. A lot of people will say he blocked this shot because his metavision is higher. That couldn't be further from the truth. Bro wasn't even in his quote-unquote evolved state, just using regular metavision here. And Karasu like barely got it. Honestly, you could argue that this is just strictly for plot. Cause like when else did he have metavision like this? Like be for real. Charles on the other hand makes sense. We've seen how good he is. But like this is contentious at best. Aside from that, I like that they're giving him specifically more screen time or page time in this case. You just never would have expected it. And seeing Isagi try this again, like, it's so little that you don't even realize that you needed it until you actually saw it, and then you realize you actually needed it. Granted, he didn't score with it, but it was nice to see it once again. And then seeing PXG's entire defense just fall apart after Kaiser and Isagi worked together, just like seamless. It was seamless. Everyone here just didn't know what to do. Out of all the games that have been played in the Neo Egoist League, I don't think a defense has been broken down this fast. That just goes to show you how crazy the team up between Isagi and Kaiser really is. I'm so glad that Ren's not getting any more page time. Like, he had it at the beginning, and I was like, oh, here we go again. But then they finally got rid of him. I'm like, oh my god, thank you. I'm also curious to know what Kunigami's gonna do in the next few chapters, because they subbed him in, so there must be a reason for it, and he's not on Shido anymore. So, I don't know what could happen here. And then the very next chapter being Because You Were There, that's the title of it, the same thing that Kaiser told Ness. It goes to show you that Ness might make an appearance, but who knows? And the biggest conspiracy that I'm hearing go around is Kaiser had Predator Eye, but he also has Metavision. So, like, the possibility of Isagi doing somewhat of the same thing, but combining the two is very probable. Like, every day that goes by, I think this is what's going to happen, and it just might. But, you know, the possibility is there, but it's slim. It makes sense, but doesn't. You know what I mean? But I still think the possibility is very much there based on how things are going. Overall, I like this chapter. I like where it's going, and I just didn't expect that this would have happened. So I'm going to be very curious to see how this plays out in future chapters compared to Isagi and Kaiser, and how they're going to be able to counter it. All I can say is the manga artist is cooking. Let him keep cooking.